Hi everyone, this is Amy from Alpha Brothers. We are offering support for career and education for 15 years. Today, we will introduce a great business school in the US and also have the campus in the UK and Dubai, Hult International Business School. We have supported over hundreds students and clients to Hult International Business School. They got a great career outcome. Some people become entrepreneur in the US or UK and also have great jobs in the US and UK. For example, the big tech giants as Google and also hedge fund, investment bank and management consulting firms in the US and in the UK. And we have today, we have an amazing guest, a Hult International Business School admission from Hong Kong and from Dubai. So we will introduce from the beginning about the Hult International Business School overview and program highlight and application process, and also very important career outcome. So could you start your presentation, Alijan?
All right, thank you so much, Alpha. Glad to be here at this session. Let me quickly introduce myself to everybody here. My name is Arjun. I head partnerships for Hult International Business School. I look into the enrollment for Hult for South Asia. I am an Hult alumni, and I was in the same batch as my colleague here, Shempe from Hong Kong. Over the past 7 years of my career with Hult already, I've consulted and I've certified myself as a career coach. And I've lived in 5 countries, currently physically based out of Dubai. And what I love is working with students. I love is networking, and I try to make sure that the right candidates have the right career moves, because this is a very important portion of careers for our students. So I'm going to walk you through all about Hult. This presentation would be roughly close to about 15 minutes, but it's going to be exciting. It's going to be filled with a lot of questions, and I hope it helps everybody make an informed decision. Let's start with an introduction about Hult for people who do not know about Hult.
My father, Bertel Hult, he started EF 50 years ago. His base idea was that there was a better way to learn than just through books. We believe that experiential learning is just a better way to learn. Over the years, Bertel noticed that the world was getting more and more interconnected, and he thought that traditional business schools weren't necessarily keeping up. It was too theoretical. People weren't learning through doing, and we saw an opportunity to create a different kind of business school, which was more practical and more focused on what real companies need.
We wanted to create a business school which changed the way people are educated, so that the students learn by doing. That's why we started Hult. Because success in business today is as much about understanding globalization and cultures as it is about understanding finance and marketing. But business school in general weren't helping their students keep up with how quickly things were changing. We believed the world needed a practical school to educate not just leaders of business, but leaders of the world. And that's why Hult International Business School was born.
Since 2003, when Hult welcomed in its first class here in Cambridge, Hult has been a different kind of business school. Hult's an independent, not-for-profit, and we emphasize innovation, entrepreneurial thinking, and practical learning. Our goal is that students apply real lessons from real companies. Today, Hult has 6 campuses around the world. But it's not the campuses that make Hult global, it's the students. They come from over 150 nationalities, and they speak more than 100 languages. They bring their diverse perspective together to solve the most pressing issues facing business today. And in the process, they learn to think differently about the possibilities of the future.
I graduate tomorrow, and I know that I have developed the skill set that I need to be able to negotiate.
Studying business at Hult is very practical and hands-on because you get to work on real-life consulting projects.
So what really surprised me when I came to Hult is how close you are to the professors and how much they care about their students' learning.
What stood out for me the most about Hult was the diverse student body and the faculty.
It's kind of having like friends all over the world. All my life changed, all of it.
Our family believes in the power of transformative education, and we're really proud to support the Hult International Business School.
Yes, Hult is innovative. We are very practical. And most importantly, why I also went to Hult is to get friends all over the world. And today I'm sitting with a colleague and a friend from Hong Kong, Shempe. So it makes life much easier when you travel, when you meet people, and of course, to understand different cultures and how business works. That's where the practical sense is. Just to walk you through a little steps on the accreditations, the rankings about Hult, because this is also an important aspect for all our students. We are the first triple accredited US-based business school, which means we backed in the AACSP, the AMBA, and the EQUIS, which speaks volumes about our faculties, which are practitioners, real-life practitioners. It speaks volume about our student satisfaction post-graduation. It speaks volume about our employment history and current employment, how satisfied are our employers, and how research-based our faculties are. So it is a combination of multiple things in one business school. And we're the first one which has the triple crown in the US. In the rankings, we are in the top 50 rankings across many ranking sites. So whichever you open, we should be there, right from Financial Times, Economist, Wall Street Journal, Bloomberg. So you will find us in different ranking bodies across different countries as a pure business school, a practical business school, and an innovative business school. And not to forget, we rank #1 in most of these ranking bodies as the maximum number of nationalities on campus. Now, over the years, we've been winning this award from the Association of MBA, which is the Innovative Curriculum Award and the Career Strategy Award. What does this mean? Why is it significant? Now, the Innovative Curriculum Award, for me, the first thing that comes out as a layman is that the curriculum is innovative as per industry standards. So what Hult does and how Hult changes and tweaks its curriculum is they sit with a group of 500 odd companies, and we understand how employable skills are required 1 year down the line or 2 years down the line. Depending on that, we start modifying a little bit of our programs every year. So you will see our program where when I started in 2015 is different to what it is right now, because companies are changing, employment is changing, skills are changing. Let's take, for example, during COVID. During COVID, what happened was a lot of schools were stuck in hybrid models or even online models, and people were studying from home. But as far as the school's understanding concerns, when Hult also, that batch that went to Hult during COVID, we inputted things like data visualization, design thinking in the current curriculum, in marketing, in finance, in analytics, which allowed our students to get the first mover advantage of getting placed way ahead of our other students from other colleges, because you cannot change curriculums in a 2-year program, right? In a 1-year program, we understand what's happening next year and we keep changing. So we've been winning this for a couple of years now. Now, what does that reflect? It reflects 91% of our Hult master's graduates get employed within 3 months of graduation. Industry standards is 82 to 84%. So we're already above the industry standards. 97% of that batch, they changed the country, industry, and function. Let's say, for example, me, before I went to Hult, I was working in India. I was a salesperson, right? And I was in the e-commerce industry. I was working for a company called Ixula. After Hult, I moved to 5 countries. And now I'm in Dubai. So I've changed my country. I'm in the education space that I did not even think about in the last 7 years now. And I am in a function in the enrollment side. So I've changed it. It's called the triple jump. That is a lot that allows us to understand what we are good at. And 13% of our Hult graduates starts their own businesses. Now, I believe, because we started by business people, business entrepreneurs, and entrepreneurial skills, we are the top business school when it comes to entrepreneurship. And I'll speak a little bit about that during Hult Prize, where about 1,500 universities across the globe, or more than that, participate in our annual competition called Hult Prize. I'll speak about that in a bit. Our programs, all our programs are one-year programs. So you start off with the global one-year MBA program. Then you have the freshers management program, that is the Masters of International Business. We have a Masters of International Marketing. STEM programs are finance and analytics, and we also have entrepreneurship along with our bachelors. Bachelors are generally 4-year programs. Now, if you see the campus-wise split and the costing of the programs, our business program, the MBA and the international business, they are available in all our campuses. So Boston, London, San Francisco, Dubai. Our business analytics program is only available in San Francisco because if you see the tech companies, the employment is only there. Now, finance is available in London and in Boston. The only reason is that these two cities are the financial hub of the world, right? Let's say, for example, in India, Bombay Stock Exchange or the NYE is available only in Mumbai. So you will have more financial jobs around Mumbai and not in South India or in East India, right? So we are really catered to the right city with the right employment. Marketing brands are in London. It gives you the opening of your EU as well. And then you have in Boston. And then entrepreneurship program is available in San Francisco because again, it's the Silicon Valley and people want to stay there, right? Now, GMAT GRE waivers is absolutely possible. IELTS waiver is possible. However, we do require it for London during the visas. I would always recommend a student, even if you get a waiver for visa purposes, try and take an IELTS or a TOEFL exam because it helps you improve your skills in terms of confidence in conversing with embassy officials, right? Our tuition fee, the master's is about $55,000. The MBA is about $85,000. And we also have a dual degree, which I'm going to show a small snippet of the video of $33,000. So you can do 2 master's specialization within 18 months. This is what the dual degree is. You can combine 2 master's degree within 18 months. And if you have your finance or your analytics in your first or your second degree, the program becomes a STEM program. A lot of students are going towards it because we've seen an increase in the employment as well for dual degree. During my time, and Shimpe, you can speak on this, we did not have the dual degree, right? And over the years, we've improved on that. And we've seen that 2 skilled master's program gets more employment. The salary quotient little increases with the industry. So you have a lot of growth in terms of what specialization you need. How will your program be structured? Your 1-year program, if it's a single degree, you'll have core programs in the first 6 months, and then core challenges where you'll do business challenge, where you'll work with companies, post which the last 4 months is electives. In your electives, you can rotate to other Hult campuses. So for example, if you've taken Hult in Boston, you can fly in the elective season to our campus in San Francisco, London, Dubai, or in New York, just to make sure that you rotate, right? If you don't want to rotate, you can stay in one campus. I stayed in one full campus throughout the year because my networking was high over there. I already had an entire network or system. I didn't want to change places and I wanted to build from there. I've seen over the years, people have been rotating and getting multiple options, multiple people to meet with, which increases their brand value as well. If you're looking at the dual degree, after you rotate, you can do a second degree in the US or our UK campus. So that also gives you good eligibility for visa purposes if you move around and also allows you to meet more people. So absolutely your viewers or the students' choice over here. So like I said, a small bit of the dual degree.
When the job market is this competitive, you need a degree that'll make you stand out. With Hult's dual degree, you'll stand out, not just once, but twice. 18 months of study, 2 world-class degrees, twice the challenge. Waiting to do a quiz. Twice the knowledge. Twice the ideas. Twice the network. Twice the fun. With Hult's dual degree option, you'll have twice the opportunities, twice the achievement, all wrapped up into one incredible school experience.
All right. Now, Very, very important. How careers work. I know all of you want to know, okay, we're investing so much money, we're going to a new country. How does employment work? Let's say we have career coaches on campus. One of our colleagues, David Shahan, he's based out of London, and he is our career advisor at Hult. He has 18 years of recruitment experience in the financial domain. So he will not only dedicate himself to mold your profile. You can also work along with him for appointments. You can have mock interviews. You can have we try and make sure there's a lot of networking on campus with alumni, because again, alumni also are a great portion of you getting placed. We have guest speakers coming, business challenges coming. So you have all the means to get employed. However, no school, and I say with no school guarantees a job, right? It's about how you network with people. It's about which city you're in. Let's say, for example, you want to work in the financial district. You want to work as a portfolio manager or financial analyst. It's important for you to study in Boston or London, right? You would not want to take up a school in another city or another country which does not have financial companies around. Do your research well. So it's also about the networking. It's also about how you move around within the city. I remember during my time, I networked with so many. There are a lot of networking events in Boston itself. It's a student town. Companies come in over there, and you need to make sure that you also go out. Use online portals like LinkedIn, use online portals like Glassdoor, Indeed, AngelList, and try and make sure that anytime you get an interview call or a shortlist, reach out to your career advisor so that he or she can prepare you for the interview. All right. How does one apply? Very easy. First, you need to understand and see which program you want to go to. So you can fill up the application form online. Please do email us with regards to the kind of that you're interested with the application. The application will require you to pay an application fee of $95 US. Some people come to me to waive it. We cannot waive an application fee. After you do that, once you pay the application, you'll be asked to submit the supporting documents, for which our in-house team would email you the document checklist and would work with you on that, right? You will get a certain days to do that. So don't be worried about, okay, I don't have my resume, I don't have my transcripts ready for an application. It's just a name, number, email address, some details, payment of the fee, then you become an active applicant. After that, you get a few days to do the documents. You'll be given references on how to make those documents, and we'll be walking you through that. And then there'll be an interview. After the personal assessment interview, based on the interviewer, you are asked to give some projects or things like that with regards to grants. And then you have an admission decision. If it is a positive decision, you will be asked to pay a confirmation deposit to confirm that you're going to study at Hult, right? Without which we cannot move ahead in the I-20 or the cash process or the Dubai visa process, right? So you will be asked to pay a deposit. The entire process, Hult will be in touch with you. There'll be an enrollment advisor who will advise you till you reach class. There'll be an application manager who will work with you on your documents, and you will be handheld till the time you reach class. All right. So coming back also on the scholarships, right? We have quite a number of scholarships you can apply for. We have a global professional, future leader, social impact, entrepreneurial impact, women in business. So you can apply to these multiple scholarships by submitting an essay during the application process as well. So the application process is pretty simple. The scholarship process is pretty simple. Also, you need to make sure that whenever you apply, which deadline you're applying in the early of the deadline, so that at least you get higher grants, you're eligible, you move ahead, and you move faster. Last 2-3 slides. We have a lot of clubs at Hult. We have project management, finance, Hult Voice, golf, business and current affairs. You name a club, we'll have it. If you don't have the club, you can form a club. That's where Hult is. Hult is very flexible. So if you have a team of friends who want to join or make a club, you can make that club, right? So people come to me and have asked me that, is there a mentoring club? There is a mentoring club. Is there a finance club? There is. There's a marketing club. If you find anything, you can be involved in a lot of activities, which also allows you to network more and meet more people, eventually getting into the employment perspective. Our campuses Our home campus is Boston. We started in Boston, and the kind of companies that include in Boston, you can see right from Boston Consulting Group, the TJ Maxx, Liberty Mutuals, you have Goldman Sachs coming in, Wayfair, HubSpot. San Francisco, Silicon Valley, you'll see the big names over here that come in, and the campuses around these companies like Netflix, Google, LinkedIn, Visa. You will have a lot of companies like PayPal, eBay, that our students are currently also working in. London, you'll have a lot of consulting companies and banks coming in like the Barclays. You have Deloitte, you have Ocado, Ernst & Young are one of our top employers as well. And then Dubai, where students come in, and also to get residence visa is very, very easy once a company sponsors it. So you'll have a lot of Dubai homegrown unicorns coming in from Kareem, Emirates NBD, Emirates, and this also, because it's becoming a big hub for relocations, it is moving ahead on a very, very high educational trend. Changes never stop. One of an advantage of as an alumni, you get one elective free of cost every year for the rest of your life. In the last 7 years, I've done already 3 electives, which allowed me to not only know what the current situation and education is, but also interact with students of that batch. Now, let's say, for example, 10 years down the line, I want to understand something in AI. I can come back to Hult and do one elective to, of course, build my knowledge and understand how people at that time or that period are thinking, are moving ahead. It always allows you to be on feet. So this is a big, big thing about Hult that will help you. Again, Hult price, I started the conversation with this. If there is a business school, there are about 1,500 schools take part in this. The top 6, we fly them down to Boston, where we do incubation, and they pitch their idea in front of the one of our prestige associates and former president of the United States, Dr. Bill Clinton. And this award comes in with a lot of with $1 million seed funding, and also allows you to grow your startup. So that's where I come back to the first slide, where I said we are one of the top entrepreneurial business school because we promote entrepreneurship. We harness that as well. Our deadline for September 2023 is 11th of May, scholarship deadline. So if you are looking into application, please do send us or reach out to us. You can connect with me on LinkedIn, or you can reach out to us for any questions, and we will help you and walk you through the entire application process. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for the great presentation. And yeah, we have question from audience, but before that, can I ask a few questions to you?
Sure.
I think you're both Hult alumni and schoolmates. Can you tell us why you two choose Hult back then?
So the only reason, because I went for the marketing program, marketing people generally need to know how cultures work, how people think in different parts of the world, how Germans think, how Asians think, how European things, right? My idea towards doing the marketing program was not the education bit, to be very honest. It was towards the networking bit. I wanted to be in the class and understand how, if I have to sell a pen to a German, how do I sell that? If I had to sell a pen to an Indian, how do I sell that? And that is where I selected Hult at that point of time.
Thank you. And we have Shinpei-san today. Do you have some special reason for choosing Hult?
Sure, almost the same. I wanted to study finance because my background was also finance industry, and then it was very international and very practical. That kind of school Hult was only offering at that time. And like Arjun was saying, at that time there's only like 1 degree, 1 year. There's no STEM, there's no dual degree. So within this like only like 5 years, we are changing very lot, very innovating the program. That's why we are still in the Hult, because it's very exciting to see how the business changes.
Thank you. And yes, so we have seen lots of I think hundreds students enrolled in Hult and got the very great job in the US and the UK. And also, as you indicated the slides, some people become entrepreneur just after graduation. So what do you think the strongest point why people got a job in the US or in the UK? I think for the the perspective in Japan, I think the Hult is the best business school. The student got job in the US and the UK. So could you share us the reason why Hult is so strong?
In terms of reasoning, what I feel is that we are at the right place, the right cities in the US, in the UK, and in Dubai. These cities, if you see Boston, San Francisco, New York as a rotation, London and Dubai, they're already as cities, they are highly employable, right? Lot of students, lot of companies, lot of headquarters. Now, Hult's faculties are real life practitioners. They come from companies like North Face, Airbnb, IXL centers, things like that. And their reference is also really great. Hult has a strong alumni base, which also allows you to network with people. So a lot of people are working with Amazon as well, with Hult, Ernst & Young, partnerships that Hult keeps growing. Hult is a business school, so we know a lot of businesses, right? A lot of practical learning that happens. So I think these ways, even the smallest way of interacting with people within Hult in group projects improves you in soft skills, which eventually, if you're sitting for a conversation with an employer, you understand his way of thinking and you can understand how do you move ahead, right? So it is not a direct impact to employment, but soft skill development also happens within Hult, right? And this eventually sees the growth in employment for our students.
Thank you. So how students grow their soft skill?
So soft skills, I'll give you an example. So in my first project at Hult, all right, I had a group of 5 members, and I can name them. They're my dear friends today as well. So we had a French person called Emmanuel George. We had a Chinese friend called Meng Sheng. We had a US person called Marjorie Payne, and a person from Colombia called Habibi Hedid, and me. So 5 different countries, 5 different individuals. I was the only Indian in that group. Now, we were given a project to do in the first project at Hult, and while doing the project, we understood how everybody's mindset is, right? During the project, right? How a French would think, how a Chinese would think, how an Indian would think, they would understand about me, how an American would think. And when we went and started presenting in the class, we also tried to understand on articulation. Our professor, so when I was speaking, right, the first time, and generally I love talking. I've been in debates, I've been in MUNs, I've been doing a lot during my school life. I was told that, okay, you start the presentation, you end the presentation, in the middle, we all will clear it, right? So we all had to take part in the presentation. So as soon as I started the presentation, our professor, he stopped me at that time within 3 to 4 minutes of the presentation, saying that, 1 second. He asked the classroom, and the classroom had a lot of nationalities, that how many of you guys are understanding what Arjun is saying? A lot of my friends nodded their head, for the only reason being that they were from different nationalities and I speak fast, right? So a lot of people cannot cope up with how I speak traditionally also. As Indians, we speak really fast, and it may not be fast for a lot of people, right? So that was a feedback given to me that you need to slow down. So now when I speak in conversations across the globe, I understand my audience and I speak that. And that was the soft skill that I took away as a key takeaway during my first group session with Hult. So it keeps happening. You just need to be open enough to understand the small hint, the small cues to grow.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, great story. So you have the very valuable feedback, and also all students can get great feedback from faculty and also their classmates.
Right.
Thank you. So let's move on to the questions from the audience. And so the first is about the dual degree program. I'm interested in dual degree. What are the particular advantages of dual degree, and what kind of combinations are possible?
Okay. So advantages of dual degree, the more degrees you get, the higher skilled you get, the higher placements you happen, the higher salary quotient you happen, because you're negotiating more, right? In a lesser time frame. So a lot of people doing two degrees across different schools can make it for 2 years or 3 years, right? Hult does it in 1.8 years. The combinations, you can do any combination with a dual degree. You can put any degree as a second degree and the first degree, except one thing. So MBA or the international business cannot be as the second degree. If you're looking at a business program, my suggestion would be take MBA or MIB, depending on your work experience, as first degree, and take any other as a second degree. If you do not want this, then you can mix and match any program. You can do entrepreneurship plus analytics, you can do finance plus analytics, you can do analytics plus marketing, growth star marketing, analytics growth, research analyst growth.
Thank you. And so what kind of combination are possible? They can choose any kind of 2 degrees from the master's degree.
Yes, you can choose any of the 2 degrees from the master's degree. Just make sure that the second degree is not a business program. So international business or the MBA should not be the second degree.
Okay, thank you. And also, the next question is career support. I think you mentioned about the career support at Hult, but what kind of career support does Hult offer? Could you explain more details about the career support?
So every campus Alpha has career coaches. We have career individuals, advisors who help students improve profiles. Who we as a school, we try and get companies on campus during career fairs. We try and make sure that a lot of alumni come on campus, because we believe in our alumni as well in terms of networking. There are business challenges that happen. Because we are in the same cities. Again, I always emphasize that we are in the most employable cities in the US, UK, and in Dubai, in UAE. So it allows and enhances career development as well. However, it should always be kept in mind that we will give you all the tools to get placed. All right. It's very, very important for you to be proactive, or students to be proactive in terms of networking, proactive in terms of applying. If I tell you tomorrow that we have XYZ company coming in for a networking event or for career fairs, I need you to be ready with an updated resume. You cannot come with an old resume with a different roles and responsibility that has been posted and think of an application, right? There is a lot of hard work from a student's point of view as well. You need to make sure that you keep doing that, right? I'll give you another example, and I love driving stories through examples. I was at a networking event at Harvard, because we were studying at Boston, and these are open networking events, and we were there, and we had a famous personality from the social media, from the marketing domain that came in, who is an ex-Harvard alumni, come in for a conversation, and everybody was driving him with regards to questions, right? So the smart thing that I would do was, I would first, when the presentation was happening, the first instinct was find out some question that he will remember me. So I Googled a question that I did not know at that time. Again, this was 7 years down. And that the question was on the kind of company competitors' advantages that the company had, the next 5 years of the companies, and the struggles right now. I asked the question, of course, that still did not make sure that he would remember me. So I walked up to that person. I had a very, very firm handshake. A firm handshake is also a soft skill. You need to have a firm handshake. I also believe in that as a career coach. I took his card, and within 24 hours, I emailed him with the question, so he remembers me. What students fail sometimes is they go for events, they don't network. What I'm coming to is they go for events, they don't network, they don't follow up. Things will not come in the plate, right? So you need to be proactive in a lot of events across whichever city you're going to, whichever campus you're going to.
Thank you. Yeah, so such a great career support. And also the next question is, do many people from India work directly in the United States after Hult? In which industries do they work?
do many people work? Eventually, people who want to study and stay in the US will stay back in the US. People who come from family business background who want to come back and who just want to be there for the practical knowledge for networking will come back. Which industries? I think our students are placed in all different industries across the US, right? I know people from the engineering field, from doctorate field, from different kinds of field who've done the program and are working. You have real estate booming in, you have automobile booming in, you have the tech industry glowing right now in the US. You have consulting firms in Boston, which are really, really great. You have financial firms that are great. So these specs are great. What I would understand as an employer is the STEM program. So if you have the double combination, or if you have a single STEM program, that leads into analyst roles or financial roles that grows into a good employment as well.
Thank you. And next is the last question. So are referrals necessary for job hunting in the US or in the UK? And how can a student get it?
In terms of referrals, I would say, would it be alumni referrals? I'll take into that as an example. Alumni referrals, alumni come on campus. You can connect with alumni on LinkedIn as well. And there is online, Hult has its own online portal for alumni. You can connect with them. Once you connect with them with the kind of industry, the kind of company, please be cordial. Don't immediately go like, hey, I want a job. That wouldn't be the right way of networking. You would want to have a conversation with the person. You would want to make sure that you guys have coffee, you build that bond, and then have a constructive way towards an employment. And that's how our referrals will also work.
Thank you. So that's all for the Q&A session. The next deadline, and you have a chance to get a second scholarship for a 23 intake this year is May 11. And so could you give us some closing remarks to audience?
So if you're looking at September 2023 intake, it's not too late. We have a very dedicated team that will help you with the application, the visa process, and also if in case you need help to connect with education loan partners. Within India, we have our own loan partner as well. If you are watching this channel and you are applying, my suggestion would be connect with us or connect with Alpha or me on LinkedIn before you apply. So at least we know that you connected with us through this modem, and we can make sure that we have such sessions also, which will be helpful in future. So reach out to Alpha, me, or Shempe on LinkedIn that you saw this great session and you're ready for application. So we will know that you need a dedicated provider from Hult, and we can help you with the next steps.
Thank you. So if you have any questions or you need some consultation with your career or application process, we have a free consultation, and you can access to Alpha from this button, get free consulting. So yes, and Hult has amazing program, and if you have ambitious business professionals seeking for global opportunity and a fulfilling career, don't miss your chance to enhance your skill, your network, and your possibility to get job in the US, in the UK, and apply to Hult today and unleash your potential. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Yeah.
Thank you.